Okay, I'm back with another video here on Christmas morning of 2011. I'm going to give you an overview of some figures a friend of mine picked up for me on a trip to Arizona earlier this year. These are from the Power of the Force 2 line. That was the line between 1995 and 1998. Now, there's a common misconception in the Star Wars collecting universe to simply call these guys the Power of the Force line. That is what it says on the packaging. However, I looked it up, and the original Power of the Force line was done in 1985. It was the last line done by Kenner. They were very high-quality figures for the day, and they come with the original collector coin. If you get a Power of the Force 1 figure in mint condition, unopened, it's of very high value. However, these figures are quite common, and generally they don't cost that much. In fact, my friend got these for around $2 a piece. So I'm going to show you what we have here. We have Danger. Of course, he was the first figure of the vintage collection to be redone. You can look at the Power of the Force 2 Danger. He's pretty bad compared to the current one. I'll show you the back of the packaging. Here you go. Here we have an AT-AT driver. Now this was the last time, this line was the last time you could get a generic AT-AT driver on cardback. Granted, you couldn't get Han Solo disguised as one in the OTC collection, but this was the last time you could get one on cardback. I wish they would put one on cardback for this collection. Here you go. Here he is on back. Some of the vehicles and such on the back. I actually have some of the playsets from the Power of the Force 2. They're not that bad. Here's Grand Moff Tarkin. I actually have this figure from before. I got him in the 90s, and I have him in storage somewhere. He's not that good of a figure. I have the Saga one, and that's a huge improvement. That's a good likeness of Peter Cushing, though. There you go. That's a good picture of Peter Cushing and Darth Vader together. Here's a Rebel Trooper. Now, look at this guy. It's a huge improvement. The Legacy Collection one and the current one with the vintage line is just a tremendous improvement over this guy. Here he is on back. They do have some good pictures from the movie, though. I will admit that. Up here, we've got Luke Skywalker in Hoth gear. We're waiting for this figure to be re-released on the vintage line. I hope they re-release it soon. Now this is a freeze frame. That was one of the gimmicks in the Power of the Force 2 line. Excuse the light here. Is to get a freeze frame. You got that with some of the figures. There was a long running line and they had several gimmicks with the line. But you could put this into a slide and see a freeze frame from the movie. Whoops. Sorry. Here you go. Here's the back. Another Target. He picked up two of them for me. But this one does have the freeze frame. So they're a little bit different. Same picture on the back. And Han Solo in Hoth gear. Now this guy, of course, is out in the current Search for Luke Skywalker battle pack. That figure came out in the 30th anniversary vintage collection. They've had a couple different heads for him. Here he is back in the Power of the Force 2 in the 90s. And here's my cat. Get out of the review, cat. Here we have a Rebel Fleet Trooper. I believe this is what they show on the back of the current vintage collection Rebel Fleet Trooper. This was the first one, and he does have a freeze frame. Look how bulky he is compared to the current one. Compare this to my current review on the guy. Here he is on back. Pretty much the same picture. It's almost the same picture as what they have on the current one. Some other figures on back. I actually have that Leia. I think I reviewed her for you. And last but not least, I've got Luke Skywalker deluxe figure. They have come back with the deluxe figures, if you remember. A lot of them were Toys R Us exclusives, including the Rebel Ground Transport Trooper. But these were deluxe figures of Power of the Force 2. Here he is on back. They had a few of these. They had Darth Vader, Han Solo. They had a few. I think they had a Crowd Control Stormtrooper. Anyway, there you go. The Power of the Force 2. From the mid to late 1990s. Well, I hope you enjoyed looking at that. I certainly enjoyed showing it to you. This is Supreme signing out, and as always, thank you for tuning in.